In 2019, YouTuber and Soviet adventuriser Bald and Bankrupt made a video right here in the city of Chisinau, the capital of Europe's least visited country, Moldova. In that video, he painted a picture of a city in decline, run down, neglected since its independence from the Soviet Union. A city whose people had been let down and cheated by corrupt politicians. So I'm here today to see if Chisinau has got more to offer. Is it really as bad as what was made out in that video? My first stop is where Bald and Bankrupt actually started his video, at the Hotel National. The hotel was completed in 1974. And rich Soviet families would come and stay here. Wedding receptions would happen here. There were 2 bars. This was the restaurant. With the collapse of the Soviet Union, the economy of Moldova crashed. And less people came to spend their money here. So places like this were no longer needed. And this was actually taken over by a property developer who promised to do it up and reopen it, but he didn't keep his promise, so it's just been left here ever since. The property developer then decided that he was going to have it demolished, and that was a second promise he didn't keep, because as you can see, it's still here. In the 2 years since Bald and Bankrupt released his video, nothing's been done. The Hotel National still stands empty, a reminder to a more affluent past. The fountains still remain unused, run down. Still got the beer bottles. Not much cleaning up has been done around here. Wow, would you look at this? These are the steps that Bald and Bankrupt began his video in Chisinau. All the steps were broken. The wheelchair and pram access was all knackered and rickety, and now look at it. Not only are the steps all being fixed and the wheelchair access has been fixed, but we've got this lovely art as well. So that's something. When I arrived in Chisinau yesterday, my bus dropped me off at the North bus station, which was about half an hour walk from my hostel, and to be honest, first impressions weren't good. I had a 15-minute walk along a main road, and the paths weren't great. They just seemed to blend into the roads, to be honest. And then I got to a bridge, which I needed to get up onto the bridge to get to the city centre. And basically to get up there, I had to walk through some muddy little field, cross a disused train track, and then climb my way up a hill. So it wasn't the best start, but then I got to the hostel. So after a 40-minute walk, my hostel's around it. Oh, in fact, here we go. I've not spotted it yet, but my friend who has stayed here before said it's down the General, so I'm presuming it's down here. Here we go, Hostel City Centre. Right, let's see what awaits when these doors open. There's even a cat cafe. Hello. Hello. Literally surrounded by cats. Lively today. Oh, another one here, look. This guy's took over my seat. Look at this beauty, just chilling out. Yeah, nice one, you, aren't you? Probably one of the best hostels I've stayed in. I've never stayed in a hostel above a supermarket that has its very own cat cafe. So things were starting to look up in Chisinau. You can see the grim grey buildings behind me. This one's empty. That's the Hotel National, which is obviously empty. We've got a bit of building work going on behind. That building there is empty. These two are occupied. But it all looks very gloomy. The weather doesn't help. But I'm determined to find a different Chisinau. One that wasn't shown in Bald and Bankrupt's video. Let's see if we can find some global treats. Just 100 metres or so from the Hotel National is this monastery, which shows a different side of Chisinau already, I think. Just 100 metres south of the Hotel National is another Soviet hotel called the Hotel Cosmos, and this one's still open. It's got a 3.6 rating on Google Maps. Is that any less of an eyesore than the one that's empty? It's beautiful. The problem I've got with my vlogs in this part of the world is that I don't speak the languages, so I can't really communicate with people in the way that Bald does, which is a shame, because the best part of his videos is when he's meeting people. But it is what it is. So I've headed down to the train station, and just in front of the train station is this monument in memory of the victims of the deportations of the communist regime. I think that says. That seems to make sense. While we're down here, might as well take a look at the Chisinau train station. Looks very nice from the outside. Even got a lovely Christmas tree there, look. Let's go and take a look inside. It's very quiet. So where can we go to? We can go to Moscow, Bucharest, St. Petersburg. Is there something going on? Why is there no people anywhere? Got a fish tank. Upstairs you have refreshments and even a hotel. You can actually stay in the train station. Well, that was the quietest train station I think I've ever been in. It's quite a big one as well. Oh, is that a mosaic over there? Well, Bald, you missed out here, because right in the train station, if you head to your right, you've got a lovely mosaic. Unfortunately, you can't really see it once you get close to it. God, this is a ghost station. Yeah, once you get close to it, you can't actually see the bloody thing. So this is the remains of an old synagogue, which apparently was ruined by an earthquake. I was hoping you could actually get inside and have a look around, but it appears not. Just around this corner is the Chisinau circus, and wow! Well, I've got to say, I've seen 3 Soviet circuses during my travels, and I'd say in third place I'd put the Kiev circus, second place Dnipro, and first Lviv. But I think this one has now topped it. Now I had read that the place was empty and that you could find a way in, but then I read that it was been secured and there was no way you could find a way in, and then I read that it was actually up and running again. But this doesn't look up and running to me. You got two clowns there. One of the clowns has lost its head. I wouldn't have liked to have been under that when that came crashing down. Bloody hell. Well, they've got an advertisement for some Christmas thing, Moldova concert. I'm not sure that's going to happen here though. Oh, an absolute beast of a building. Yeah, there's the old Chisinau stairs. Nearly got me. The beautiful skyline of Chisinau. And here we have a random football. That's definitely made its way to #1 in the Soviet circuses of Eastern Europe. This memorial is located on the entrance to the Chisinau ghetto. By the start of World War II, Jews made up almost 50% of Chisinau's population. As Romania was moving towards fascism, Chisinau saw an influx of Jewish immigrants. The Jewish population was reduced from 60,000 to just 86 in just over 1 year. On July the 17th, 1941, as German and Romanian troops entered the city via its two main roads, they killed 10,000 Jews in just 1 day. Within just 2 weeks of German-Romanian occupation, a further 10,000 Jews were murdered. The invaders moved from building to building, shooting entire families and stealing possessions. Others were taken outside the city and shot en masse and buried in mass graves. In an effort to bring order to all the killing, the remaining 11,000 Jews were forced to move into the newly established ghetto. The Germans planned to kill all the remaining Jews of the ghetto, but the Romanians wanted to deal with their own citizens in their own way. The Romanian methods would include robberies, beatings, rape and murder. Eventually, the remaining Jews were ordered to go on death marches to Transnistria. Along the way, the troops had prepared mass graves every 10 kilometres that could hold 100 people. Those that survived the death march were murdered in Transnistria. It is estimated that as many as 300,000 Jews were murdered across the areas of Bukovina, Bessarabia and Transnistria. Christmas in Chisinau. Not sure what this is all about. Some guy looks like he's waiting with a bunch of flowers for this lady who's walking carrying her shoes. So was Bald and Bankrupt being fair in his video? Well, yes and no. I mean, yes, because he was highlighting how the corrupt government have sold the citizens of the city short. The people here deserve better. But at the same time, when you are walking through some of the main streets, you wouldn't think you were walking through the poorest capital city in Europe. Some of the streets have brand new buildings and modern stores. It's not all grey and gloom and derelict buildings. It's my first day in Chisinau and I've really enjoyed it. I've got 2 more days here and I think I might even extend my trip. I'm going to go to Transnistria and I might then come back here for a couple more days. I've got a lot more to see and do, so there will be more vlogs from Chisinau. I'm going to get out of the city centre in the next vlog, so maybe that's when I'll see a bit more of the poverty of the city. In terms of whether you should visit Chisinau, I don't think people are going to be cancelling their trips to Paris or Rome anytime soon, but if you are travelling across Eastern Europe and you're looking for interesting places, then definitely add it to your itinerary. It's got a fascinating history, it has incredible architecture, whether that be churches, ruined synagogues, or Soviet brutal architecture. It's all here. So at the end of day one in Chisinau, it's a big thumbs up from me. The next couple of days will be out of the city centre, so I might change my mind after that. But so far, Chisinau, you're all right.
This